and welcome to my channel. Have you ever asked yourself, how do you ensure that there is proper quality management in a project? Don't worry, in this video, I'm going to take you through one of the most important registers in a project called Quality Management Register. So let's dive in. Hello, and welcome to my channel. My name is Oscar Mbira. I'm a certified program and project manager. This is the channel I use to help aspiring project managers and practicing project managers to succeed. So in this video, I'm going to take you through the concept of quality management in a project environment or program environment. So let's dive in. It is very important that after identifying all the quality management activities, or when you have completed your quality management strategy, you define a register called a quality register. Quality register has got an advantage in a project that you have to make sure that each and every quality management activity is recorded with responsibilities as to who is supposed to make sure it's done. It is going to help you not to skip any required quality management activities. I've heard some other projects, people discussing from their experience or from their previous projects, that they were not aware they were supposed to be doing a certain quality activity by a certain date. Then I was wondering and I was asking them, how come you go into a project, you're a project member, you don't even know when you're supposed to check for a certain quality activity? There must be something wrong. And the problem is the project did not have a quality register. So quality register is very, very important. You should have it in your project. It's going to record a number of items, and I'm going to take you through those specific sections of a quality register. One of the most important information you have to capture in a quality register is your quality identifier. Every item in your quality register must have an identifier or ID or reference. So that when you're talking to so many people, assuming it's a shared document, you want people to go to exactly what quality item are you referring to. So you have a number, you have a serial number. You might call it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's up to you. You might even put an alphanumeric code. It's all up to you. But at the end of the day, there must be a unique reference to identify each and every quality item that you're considering in a project. So the next one is product identifier. Your quality item should be linked back to the product or deliverable in your project. There's no way you can have quality being done on a product and you're not aware which product. So it must be well documented so that when you want to refer someone or anyone who is in the project or is also outside the project, you are very clear on what they're supposed to look at. You tell them product number 64, product number ABCD is what you're talking about here, and that is the one which must be quality checked. All the methods should be applied on it. So the identifier of the product is very important. I hope you have enjoyed the video so far. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to click the like button, subscribe button, and the notification button so that you are the first person to be notified each time a new video is uploaded on this channel, and it will also help this channel to grow. You should always capture the product title so that it's linked to the product ID. At the end, it's also linked to the quality ID. People should be able to see the code of the product and also the description of the product. Remember, you have already done the product description as part of your quality management process. So you take that description, you put it in your quality register. The next section in your quality register that you have to consider is the method. How are deliverables going to be measured in terms of quality? How are the products in your project going to be measured in terms of quality? Are they going to be measured internally? Are they going to be measured externally? That is very important. If you don't record that information, obviously you're not going to plan for it, and it's going to be very difficult for you to deliver the project because, say for example, it requires external inspectors. You won't be able to deliver. You have to get the timelines from the inspectors, you incorporate it in your plan. So you should be able to define what are the methods that you're going to use to make sure that the quality activity is actually done. So the next item is the roles and responsibilities. So if you have got a specific quality activity in your project, you must make sure that you have defined the roles and responsibility. It could be owned by someone within the project, or it could be owned by someone outside the project. But make sure there's someone who is owning that quality management activity, and you put it in your register. The advantage of doing that is, remember, you know the timing of this quality management activity. So if you have someone who is owning that, you can either send a reminder earlier than the date, or you can even ask them to provide their plan or strategy before the actual activity has been done. Even if, like what I've seen in some of my projects, I have to balance the work. Because someone who was already doing something in the project is now being required to do some quality checks. So I have to pull out that person and replace with someone else. So it also helps you in terms of resource reallocation or workload balance in a project. So it is very important that you give that responsibility in a project. So the next one is dates or time. It does not make sense to have a quality register owned by someone in terms of roles and responsibilities, and also which has got a specific method or identifier or even product title. You still have to make sure that there's a specific date. That is what I am calling timing. Time is very important of quality activities. And whatever you're putting in your quality register, it must flow all the way to the project plan in terms of dates. When are you going to do the quality activity is very important. It could be dates, it could be time, but it has to be very specified so that you always get reminded as a project manager as you go through the register, maybe once a week or once a day, depending on the type of the project, or once a year, or even once a month, depending on the type of the project. So it will remind you as to when are you supposed to revisit, when are you supposed to remind people of the planning activities that have to be done in a project. So you must always record the date and even. Time is optional, but date is not optional. You have to specify at what date are you going to start the quality management activities. That is very important. It must be in the register. The next item is the result of the quality activity. So you have a register. You have an item for quality activity. What is going to be the expected result of that? And there are some which are not going to meet the criteria, maybe first pass or first time. How are you going to make sure that they are also rechecked? So it is very, very important also to consider that. It is also very important to consider the result of the quality management activities on your quality register. So you should always record it as a project manager. And as a project manager, you are normally the one who owns the quality register. You are the one who is supposed to be following up with all project team members. It could be vendors, it could be contractors. You have to make sure that they have to deliver according to the quality register, especially in terms of timing. So the expected result, you should always have it before you even start the activities on the quality management process. I hope you have enjoyed the video so far. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to click the like button, subscribe button, and the notification button so that you are the first person to be notified each time a new video is uploaded on this channel, and it will also help this channel to grow. So the next part of it, or the last part that you have to consider in the quality register, is also the quality records. It's very important that you record all the quality activities, especially when it comes to error sheets. Error sheets, they are nothing but a record of what was tested, what is passed, what is not passed, and why it failed. When is it going to be rectified? How are you going to retest, and when are you going to retest? So quality records, they are also very important. However, I would advise you that if there are certain quality documents which are outside the project, but you are able to reference them, there's no need for you to bring them into the quality register. You just make a reference either to the organizational standards or even international standards. Just make a reference of them on the register so that if someone is going to go through the register, what they have to do is they take the reference, they go to the specific document, they read it. Otherwise, if you try to bring all the documents, the reference documents into the quality register, it's going to be very big. So you shouldn't be doing that. If you want me to create more videos based on the ideas, the concepts, or any of the points that we have discussed earlier, or you want me to clarify, you need any clarifications, let me know in the comment section below.